Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. So in today's video will be on this beautiful gown that you guys saw. So I'll be using this fabric. Is a Mikado fabric because you want something that can stand. Then I'll be using this organza for it. So this is an organza fabric. I believe you guys know what organza fabric Abby. And then this is Mikado. I've had this Mikado for some time now, so it feels lighter than usual. But anyway, we are going to be using it today, and I have 1 yard of fabric here. You can increase yours if you are making for a bigger child. I wish I'm going to tell you how to know how many yardage you are going to buy. So for what I folded here, you can see I've folded my fabric into two. I am cutting the back and the front separately. So what you're going to be folding is your your bust measurement, or the bigger side of the measurement. If the child's tummy is bigger, please use that. The bust measurement divided by 4 plus your stitching allowance plus allowance for ease. If you don't want if you want yours to be very fitted or to be fitted, please skip this ease allowance. But for me, I usually add it for children. Then plus 3 inches allowance. So that's what we are going to be folding for the front one. And if you want yours to be more fuller at the lower part, if you look at the style, you see that is kind of in a flay form, kind of at the lower part. So all you have to do is, that means you're going to be using more fabric. And another thing is that you can't cut directly on your fabric. So you're going to be cutting on your pattern paper, then transfer to your fabric. And the reason why you're going to be cutting on your fabric is this. So I'm going to explain all these things before we continue, so that if you want yours to maybe has a flay form at the lower part, you can just do this. So what you are going to do is to measure your half length. So let's assume the half length is here. So you measure your half length. This is, remember I said you're going to be doing this on your pattern paper, not on your main fabric. So when you measure your half length, from here you slash all this. You can do 3 slashes or 4, or just 2, depend, and then open it up. So you're going to be doing a slash and spread method. That's if you want this lower part to be fuller. So you just slash from this waistline. Don't slash across it. From this waistline, you slash, and then spread it out and transfer it to another paper. I just hope you guys understand how to do. If you don't know how to do your slash and spread, please leave a comment below, and I will do a tutorial on that aspect. So since that has been said, if you want it to be fuller, so let's do our own that we don't want it to be fuller, to be too full rather. So the first thing I'm going to be doing is to draw a straight line to serve our starting point, and then from there I'm going to go ahead and take the length of this gown. So for this length, I want my to be at the knee. If you want yours to be lower than the knee, please go ahead and do it. So my length is 32. I am adding 1 inch stitching allowance to it. Look at my ruler. I don't know if you guys can see. This is why, in fact, working with children is on another level. So I'll just go ahead and connect this line straight. I'm going to get a new one soon. So that's for our length. Then once we are done with that, I'm going to go ahead and start inserting our measurement. So for my shoulder measurement is 12 inches divided by 2. We have 6.5 inches. When you look at the style, you see that it has a bit of sleeve, just very small. So for that reason, I am adding extra 2.5 inches. I don't know if this will be too much, but let's see. If it's too much, I can reduce it afterwards. It's better than that is too much than it is too little. So I added 2.5 inches, and then I'll add 1 inch stitching allowance to it. So this is what we have. And then we are going to go down at our bust point. I'm going to be doing 7 inches for my bust point, or you can do 6.5 inches. That's your bust measurement divided by your shoulder measurement divided by 2. I usually add ½ inch for ease. So that's what we have here. Then the next thing I'm going to be doing, I don't know if I'm talking too much, I'm talking too fast. Whew. Okay, so my bust measurement is 30 inches divided by 4 is 7.5 inches. So that's the mark here, and I'm going to be adding 1.5 inches for ease. Yes, I'm adding 1.5 inches today. Normally I add like 1.25, but for today I am adding 1.5. So this is our bust measurement. So the next thing I'm going to be doing is to bring down this armhole area. So this is the armhole. Then I'm going to go ahead and curve this. So for this armhole, you know you want it to be fitted at this armhole. So I'm going to leave it at this. That's why we have fitting periods, right? After sewing this and the child fits it, if you like this place is loose, all you have to do is to close it off from this bust area. But it's better that it's loose when you are done sewing it than it's too tight and doesn't enter. So I'm just going to leave it at this point. I'm not going to touch this part. So we have this. So I'm going to go ahead and curve it into our bust point. So this is our bust point, our bust measurement divided by 4. I just hope you guys are following. So once I am done with that, because my bust and my waist is the same measurement, I will just go ahead and bring down this bust to the waist. If yours is not the same, please go ahead and measure your and repeat your measurements here. That's your waist measurement divided by 4. So mine is the same. I'll just bring it down. So this is what we have at this point. So this is our connection of the bust area. So once I am done with that, I'm going to go ahead and take my half length. My half length is 13 inches. Okay, it's correct. It's 13 inches. So this is where our half length started. This is where my waist started. But if you feel that it's too high, you can come down by 1 inch, which I think I will be doing, so that it will be more like a bit above the hip or a bit above your waist where you put your trouser. So I came down by 1 inch, and then I'll connect this line to meet it up. I hope you guys understand this, or you can just leave it at half length if that works for you. That's fine too. So once we are done with that, I'll go ahead and measure whatever I have here. I have about 9.5 inches. So guys, I have to remeasure, and I noticed that my bust measurement was wider. So I have here 9 inches. That's 7 inches plus 1.5 inches. That's what I have here. Or 7.5 inches plus 1.5 inches. So I'll just transfer that 9 inches here. And then I'll add 3 inches to it. So once I am done with that, I'll go ahead and connect this line. So this is the way I'm going to connect it. You can see I didn't just slant it because I want this place to have a bit of volume. That's why I did it this way. And then for the neckline, you've not worked on the neckline. I almost forgot. For the width of the neckline, I am doing 2.5 inches. And then for the depth, I am doing 3 inches. I'll connect this for a round neckline. Once I am done with that, our shoulder slope, we're coming down by half an inch, and then I'll connect it into the neckline. And then I'll add ½ inch stitching allowance here to join the shoulder. I'll bring up the neckline too. And that's basically it for this front pattern. So I'll go ahead and cut this out, and then we'll use it to cut out our back bodies. Okay guys, this is what we have at this point. You can see the shape is shaping and the outward is outwarding. So okay, I've not cut my front neckline, which I'm going to be cutting it. So I use the front one to cut out the back one. You can see the only difference is my zipper allowance and then the neckline that is short. So I'm going to go ahead and cut out this front neckline. So guys, this is what we have at this point. You can see my front neckline has been cut. So the next thing we're going to be doing is to pick up our front bodies, because that's what we're going to be working on first. So I'll go ahead and open it up this way. So you know that design that we have at this point, and then also from the shoulder somewhere, you know, that's what we're going to be creating at this point. Before we stitch it down, let's go ahead and draw it. Okay guys, so for one side of it, for this side, I think this is my right side of this gown. So I'm going to be starting from this waist part. This is just going to be a free hand. I'm going to do it here. I like what I have, so I'll draw it this way. I'll come down and then I'll curve it this way towards the hem. Remember, we have our stitching allowance here, so you don't want to be doing too much at this part. So it's this way. I just hope you guys can see. Don't worry, we are drawing at the center, at the front part of the fabric. The reason I am doing this on this center part is because I'm going to be stitching on this, so it's going to be covered. So don't worry about the chalk pattern. So I hope you guys can see what I have. I'm just trying to make it clear so you can see it properly. So this is what we have for this side. And then for this other side, what I'm going to be doing is, let me adjust my camera. So from the center of the shoulder, I'm going to come in like this towards the bust. Once I come in towards the bust, I'll go this way. So I'll go this way. I won't be getting to the end of this, and then I'm going to curve it this way. It's more like trying to meet this one, but you know that this ruffle here and this one here will kind of meet by the time you stitch it down. So I'll curve it this way and then onto the hem part. I hope this makes sense though, and you guys can see what we are doing. So this is what we have at this point. If you, after drawing yours and you feel that is not what you want, please keep drawing until you have. So for this design, for the ruffle, I'll be using this organza fabric for it. I think I have about 1.5 yards here or so. I can't remember. Just like I said earlier, I bought this fabric a while ago with the intention of making something else with it, but at the end of the day, I didn't. So I'm just going to open it up this way. I'm going to be cutting out about 5.5 inches width. I just hope you guys can see. So I'll cut out about 5.5 inches. Remember, I'm going to be hemming it on both sides. So by the time I hem it on both sides, I'll be left with 4.5 inches. If you like, you can increase this, but I'm going to work with 5.5 inches. So I'm going to cut out as long strap of fabric as possible. Then I will start joining all of them to have a long one. So by the time you want to stitch this design, you want to create it, we don't like have shortage of fabric. Okay guys, this is the fabric. I am done stitching the two sides. You can see, if you don't have a stitch machine, you can just turn it this way, fold it 2 times and stitch them. It's just to close up the rough edges on both sides. And I don't have measurement for it for this. It's just as long as you want, or as full as you want your ruffle to be. So once we are done with that, the next thing we're going to be doing is to place this way. So I'm going to make sure that this ruffle, the center of this ruffle, like if you fold this into 2 now, this center is matching with this line. So I'm going to be using my eye to make sure it's at the center. So my first stitch, I'm going to move it forward so that I'll make sure that this end is towards the side of the gown, so that by the time I stitch it down, it's inside. Place it this way and I'll make my first stitch. So let me just use my pin and hold this down, and then away from my same side, and then I'll start folding in as I am stitching. So it's just more like folding, and this folding in depends on how much fabric you have. If you have enough fabric and you want it to be very full, please do well to do what? Fold very inward, like fold very big. But if you have limited fabric, just work with what you have. So I'm going to be folding until I get to the end. Once I'm done with this small side, I'll also do this same side, the same method to the end. Okay guys, this is what we have at this point. You can see this first one. If you want it to be fuller than this, folding, if you look at mine, you can see that this place is fuller than this. So I did this one the first, to be sure that my fabric will be enough. So this is the last one, and in fact that I have more, so I just did this place to be fuller. So this is what we have at this point. So the next thing I'll be doing, or the next thing I did, is to cut out a facing for this. Don't mind me, I'm using another shade because this fabric is finished. So I'll be using another shade of lilac to cut out the facing. And the next thing I'm going to be doing is to place it this way at the front. I'll stitch it down and turn it to the right side, to the wrong side, and I'll do the same thing for the back one. This is what we have afterwards. I'm done stitching the facing, so I'm going to go ahead and make notches, just a tiny cut around the neckline. And whatever I do I do here, I'm going to do it at the back neckline as well. So I'll turn it to the wrong side. If you have means of ironing at this point, please do it to iron so that the neckline will lay flat very well. But if you don't have means of ironing, you can just use your pin and hold it down round so that it can stay properly where you want it to be before working on every other thing on this. Is the side I've pinned already. You can see how it is now. So I'm going to do the same thing to other side. Once I am done with that, I'll repeat the same process for this back one. I'll make notches and then turn it to the right side. And once I'm done with this, we're going to go ahead and stitch the shoulder. And to stitch the shoulder, I'll go ahead and do front facing front at this point. And then I'll stitch down this side of the shoulder, and also I'll stitch down this side of the shoulders. Okay guys, I'm done stitching the shoulder line, as you can see, stitching it. And then the sleeve part, I also hemmed it in preparation to fold it in by 1/2 inch. If you don't have a stitching machine, just fold in 2 times and then stitch. So the next thing I'm going to be doing is to arrange my pieces well, and then I'll stitch by, I think I added 1/2 inch stitching allowance, so I'll stitch by 1/2 inch on this side and also stitch by 1/2 inch on this side. Once I am done with that, I'll also close up my zipper allowance, attach my zipper, and then hem this. I think this is the only thing that is remaining, the 2 seam side, the zipper and the hem. Okay guys, this is what we currently have. In fact, that's basically all for this style. I hope you find value in it. I'm here to iron it and and also to fix my zipper. I found out that the zipper I have is not the same shade with my fabric, so I'm going to buy a new one and then iron it out. I hope you find value. Don't forget to give me a thumbs up, share my videos to family and friends, and subscribe if you haven't subscribed already. And I will see you in my next video. Thank you so much for watching.